The Australian Defence Force is being investigated for a privacy breach that exposed the most personal details of scores of serving soldiers. The bungle at Townsville's Laverack Barracks posted medical information, discipline records and psychology reports online for all to see. One former soldier has told 730 he was bullied and ostracised after his details were published, so much so that he attempted suicide. The breach took several months to fix and now the Privacy Commission is investigating. Hayden Cooper reports.
At the Kapuka Army Base outside Wagga Wagga, a fresh group of young men and women are being turned into soldiers. This is Platoon 13 of 2009's 1st Recruit Training Battalion, a ragtag lot taking their first steps in a new life of service. But for one soldier, Army life would prove no life at all.
I took a mixture of the two and then blacked out, and I remember just waking up at Laverack Hospital, not Laverack Base, but hospital in Townsville, the private hospital there, and yeah, I wasn't too happy of being awake and still around.
I still see Stephen in him, but he's not the same. He's anxious, depressed, all of those sort of things. And it's more like it's his mother and I that look after him. There's nothing else.
Yeah, you did a good job with that photo, Dad, didn't you?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Back in your twilight.
Stephen Bell joined the Army like his father before him. He'd hoped to make a career of it, and for a while he did at Townsville's Laverack Barracks. But things began to go wrong after a major mishap at a helicopter training course.
Yeah, first dived into the water, dropped down, knew what to do, and then the girl was next to me. Somehow her seatbelt had came off over the side and gone around my head. Just kept getting tighter and tighter, and eventually was too tight to move. I tried to jump out, tried to take my harness off, get out. So now my arm was pinned, so I couldn't move that, and I had the seatbelt around my head still, so I was hanging upside down underwater. And they eventually rose the machine up, I lifted it up, and then, at the point when it came up to the top, I was passed out.
The near miss sent Private Bell spiralling out of control. He had recurring dreams of drowning, struggled to meet his day-to-day work requirements, and fell foul of his superiors in the Army.
I noticed the dreams got worse, and I just felt worse in general. I'd start to feel tired all the time, and I guess angrier than normal, irritable, and then I guess my work performance did suffer after that. It went downhill.
The incident, combined with other pre-existing personal matters, led to a diagnosis of major depressive disorder. Unknown to him, his situation was about to get worse.
We were walking to the car and another military member, she turned to us and said that she's read all my information on this shared drive that we all had, and that a lot of the information painted me as a bad person, and that she's read all about me on the shared drive.
On a computer server accessible to his whole company, personal details of the most sensitive kind had been posted. And it wasn't just him. These are the screenshots of what appears to be a significant breach of privacy. Defence has now confirmed that up to 80 soldiers were exposed. The documents include psychological reports, professional appraisals and disciplinary records. The information is deeply personal. One file contains allegations of sexual abuse of a soldier's child. A psychiatric report talks about a soldier's wife's miscarriage. Then there are scores of other personal details, like one member's hygiene problems, another's lazy attitude to work, and how one soldier is experiencing marital problems. In Private Bell's case, his file revealed his own medical issues and disciplinary record, including assault and speeding charges. It's just the sort of information he didn't want his colleagues to see. What was the reaction of some of your peers when clearly they had seen all of your personal and medical information?
I got called crazy based on the stuff about my post-traumatic stress disorder. I guess I was sort of painted as like a wild cannon that could go off at any time. And yeah, it just wasn't good.
Well, I think it's disappointing if the Department of Defence can't be trusted to keep secrets, then there's something seriously wrong.
As the former New South Wales Privacy Commissioner, Chris Puplik has seen many cases like this one.
From what I've seen, I think it's a shocking breach, the fact that this sort of information is so easily accessible to people who have no reason and indeed no right to have that.
Yeah, I just don't think it's very good. You can read the information about other people, I guess, but...
Yeah, there are several names on there, all with personal information.
Yeah, and some of it's just atrocious, as you can see.
After finding and documenting the breach, Stephen Bell tried to have something done about it within Defence.
And I approached my sergeant first off, and he told me that he wasn't an IT expert, and neither was I.
The public shame and reaction of his fellow soldiers only deepened his own psychological struggle, until the lowest point came. He was told he was to be discharged from the army.
Things just built up to a point where that was it for me. I just thought, I can't sleep, things aren't getting better. All my family are in Brisbane, I knew pretty much no family in Townsville, and that was the last straw.
Private Bell attempted suicide.
First sent a letter to the Commonwealth Ombudsman's office.
After his discharge, Stephen Bell complained to the Privacy Commissioner. That investigation is underway. It's understood the information remained publicly available for several months.
Well, I would hope that with a vigorous commissioner like Tim Pilgrim, that in fact, if he finds that this is a systemic problem in the Department of Defence, that in fact he'll call them to account and require them to actually change their systems and to undertake an audit of what has happened so far to find how many breaches there have been and what are the consequences of those breaches.
It's definitely good to be back in Brisbane.
You'd reckon being in...
Stephen Bell and his father just want answers for them and for the scores of other families who were also exposed.
The worst part is they probably don't even know it yet. So, yeah, I think someone in the Defence Department has got some talking to do.
I can't. Words would fail. That I'm just disappointed that it ended the way that it did. I'd never have predicted that it would go the way like that at all.
Defence says it fixed the problem within a day of being notified and that it's cooperating with the Privacy Commission inquiry. Hayden Cooper with that report, produced by Nikki Tugwell.